I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing January favorites. First favorite video of 2016. I'm super excited about it, although I don't know if it was just me, but this month went by super slow. It usually seems like the months go by so fast, but for some reason this month was just like a turtle. It went by so slow. But nevertheless, I'm excited to be doing my favorites video for you guys. And since it is the beginning of a new year, I don't want to be repeating too many products. So most of the products, well, pretty much all the products that I'm going to be talking to you guys are new products. Although I do still love a lot of the old products that I've talked about in my previous favorites videos and other videos. I just don't want to sound like a broken record talking about the same thing over and over and over again. Plus, I'm all the time trying out new products, so I just love to introduce new products to you guys and let you guys know what I'm using and what I'm loving. So yeah, all of these products are new, so that's going to be a really exciting. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. So the very first thing I want to talk about is a skincare product. I don't know about you guys, but I am so into skincare, almost as much as I'm into makeup, because skincare is just so important. Like, I literally cannot stress that enough to you guys. It is just so important to make sure that you're taking care of your skin. I mean, it's nice to have a beat face, but for me, I'm normally without makeup more than I have on makeup. Like, I don't wear makeup all the time, so I just want to make sure that my skin is just always as great as it can possibly be. So the product that I want to talk to you guys about, I want to talk in depth to you guys about, because it is a little bit pricey. It's a rather expensive product, but I think that it is well worth the money. So this is the Peter Thomas Roth Professional Strength MicroPoint PM Patch System. So it comes in this box right here, and pretty much this is a system that is going to help promote the collagen in your skin. It's going to reduce the look of fine lines that you might have underneath your eyes, and it's also going to get rid of any dark circles that you have. Now, I personally don't suffer from dark circles, but I do have fine lines in this area, and anytime you apply concealer, sometimes you might notice that the concealer sinks down into those fine lines and it does not look attractive at all. So when I saw this product at Sephora, I was like, I definitely want to try this out, because it's pretty much like getting a filler without having a filler almost. And it's a product that you can use on an everyday basis. You have to be consistent with this product. I've been using this for almost a month, about 3 weeks now, and I have noticed a difference, you guys. When I apply my concealer, like under my eyes, it doesn't really sink in there like it used to. A lot of the times, as soon as I would apply my concealer, like, it would just start to sink into those fine lines, and I didn't really know what to do to get rid of it. I'm going to show you guys what the system comes with. I saved a pack just so I could show you guys in the video. So it comes with these eye patches that you use underneath your eyes, and then it also comes with this rollerball serum, and this is like my favorite. Like, I would love for them to create just this product alone, because it is really, really great. So what you do is you take this rollerball and you roll it underneath your eyes. Once you get this serum underneath your eyes, you want to take the patch and you want to put the patch right underneath your eyes, and you want to sleep in it. So I put this on normally after I do my regular nighttime skincare routine, and then I just go to sleep in it. And really, you guys, after the first time I used it, I noticed that my skin seemed a little bit more plump, and the product does have some pretty great ingredients in it. One I remember in particularly is amino acids, because it's pretty much going to protect your skin surface. It just has some really great things in it, and I know you guys might think, oh, you're too young to be worried about wrinkles, but seriously, if you start using these kind of things at a young age, it's pretty much like a preventative. I'm not getting any younger, so I want to make sure that I'm already starting to prevent those things such as fine lines and lost volume. And with this product, I really did notice the just fullness in my skin. It just seemed more plump. I noticed that literally, you guys, within the first use. Now, it probably took me more about 2 weeks to start to notice the lines filling in. I started noticing that when I was applying my concealer, because like I told you guys, my concealer, it wasn't sinking into those lines like it usually does. So that's when I really noticed a difference using this product. So I highly recommend it, especially if you're 25 and above. That 25 is a great time, in my opinion, to start trying products that are anti-aging and that are going to prevent fine lines and, you know, loss of volume, anything like that. I just think 25 is like the perfect age. And if you're younger and you want to try these type of products, then I don't see a problem with it whatsoever, because this is something that can just help the longevity of your skin and just prevent those things from happening in the future. So I am really impressed with this. Now, it is pricey, like I told you guys, but I do believe that if you're consistent with it like I have been, that it will work well for you. I just highly recommend it. I'll have a link listed below if you guys are interested in checking it out. Now I want to talk about the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist Spray. I've been using this product for probably almost 2 months now. I think I mentioned it in a haul back in December. So I've been using it for quite some time. Now, when I first saw this product, I was a little bit iffy about it. I didn't know if I should even pick it up because it is a dewy skin mist and I'm very oily in my T-zone. So one day I was in Sephora, I was just browsing around, and one of the ladies who worked there, she told me that she tried this product, and she asked me, have I ever tried it? And I said, well, no, because I have oily skin and I'm not sure how well it's gonna work for me. And she was like, well, I have oily skin as well, and I swear by that product. So pretty much then I was sold. So when I was in the store, I just missed a little bit on my face, and we walked throughout the mall, and I went into the restroom like probably after about an hour, and my skin, it just had this really nice glow to it. It looked dewy, but it didn't look too over the top. So with this product, it just gives you a nice glow. Now for me personally, like I said, I'm oily in my T-zone, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get away with using this product in the summertime, because that's when I sweat like a pig and all of my makeup just wants to come off. So probably in the summertime, I won't need this product, but as of now, it has been working really well. I don't spray too much because this is a little bit pricey. I think it's about $50. So I'll just mist it lightly across my face. And because I do use matte foundations, I like using a product like this because it just takes that, you know, overly matte look away, because sometimes that just isn't cute. Although we don't want to be oily, we don't want to be too matte to where we look like a sculpture or anything like that. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this product. If you're afraid to try it because you have oily skin, then I say maybe try out the little sample size and give it a try, because I have really been loving it. So now I want to talk about the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I've really been enjoying this one. So I'm in the shade Mocha. Now personally, I think this foundation is hydrating. Even though it's hydrating, I think if you have oily skin, you can get away with using it. I don't find it to be too overly hydrating or anything like that. Now, it is an oil-free foundation. What I like about it is when I wear it, it literally feels like I'm wearing nothing, and I feel like it looks like I'm wearing nothing, but my skin looks perfect, if that makes any sense. So I think that it's a medium to full coverage foundation. It blends in flawlessly. I love to use it with a flat top brush because I find that that really gives me great coverage, and it just blends really great with that. It also works well with a beauty blender as well, but a beauty blender does thin it out a little bit more. So if you're looking for full coverage, then I would suggest using a flat top brush, like a stippling brush. Something like that is going to be great with this foundation. I was a little sad when it first came out because it didn't have a large range of color shades, so that was a little disappointing, but they did finally come out with darker shades, so that's when I was able to get this product, and I've really been loving it. Like I told you guys, I'm in the shade Mocha, and I really love it. My next favorite is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. Now, when I first heard about this product, I was a little bit iffy because the words matte and hydrating in the same sentence, like, what? Like, that does not go together whatsoever. So I was a little bit iffy about it, but I decided to give it a try and I was really impressed. So I do not feel oily or anything when I use this foundation. I do set it with a powder. Some foundations I set with a powder, others I don't. I just set my under eye concealer, but with this particular one, I do like to set it with a powder, but it does seem to leave me matte all throughout the day. I don't feel overly hydrated to where it feels oily or anything like that. It just gives me the hydration. It gives me the hydration that I feel like a dewy foundation would give, but it gives me the look of a matte foundation. And I'm not sure how Maybelline was able to pull that off in one foundation, but it definitely does that. I do think it's a foundation that might be targeted more towards people who have dry skin, since it is hydrating with a matte finish, because normally if you're oily, you don't care to have anything that's hydrating because you're already pouring oils. So I do think this foundation is targeted towards people who have dry skin. So I definitely would recommend it for those of you who are a little bit drier. But if you have oily skin, like if you're oily in your T-zone and you want to try this product out, then I think it's definitely worth a try. I really do enjoy it. Now, I am in the shade 92 Caramel, and I will say that the outside of the packaging is a little bit contradicting because I don't know, like I feel like it just doesn't match the foundation as well. So that's a downside about this foundation, because you can't really try it because you have to break the seal and all of that stuff. So yeah, other than that, I really have been enjoying this product. So now I want to talk about the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. Now I will say it was a little bit hard for me to start using this concealer because y'all know I am ride or die with my NARS and Urban Decay concealer because those are my absolute favorites. But I noticed once I purchased this concealer, I just started reaching for it more and more. So I definitely wanted to include it in this favorites video. Now I will say I think the name is a little bit contradicting because I definitely don't think it's creaseless, because it is it is a rather thick concealer. So I do notice that it creases a little bit, but it gives great coverage, you guys. If you have dark circles that you need to cover up, I definitely think that this is a concealer that you're going to want to try. Now, for me myself, I definitely have to set this concealer with a powder. If I don't, then it's just a mess. I do think it might have like a little bit of Maracuja oil in it, hence the name, because I do notice that it's a little bit oily, I think, but it really is a full coverage concealer. If you're looking for something that you really want to cover up dark circles, and although I don't suffer from dark circles, I do like a little bit extra coverage underneath my eyes just to give me, you know, more of a wham bam, a thank you ma'am look. So yeah, I really have been enjoying this concealer. I've been reaching for it more and more. So yeah, this is definitely not a newbie. It's an oldie but a goodie, and this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I cannot remember the last time I've mentioned this product on my channel, but it is such a great concealer. And most of you might know that I am starting a series on my channel called Beauty on a Budget. So because I'm starting that series, I really want to try to play with more of my affordable products, because sometimes I feel like they just get pushed in the back and I forget about them. So I pulled this bad boy out not too long ago and I was like, wow, like I cannot believe that I have not been using this as much. It's really great, and to top it off, it's only about $2 or $3. I'll have a link below where you guys can check it out. I think they sell it at several different places, but I usually get mine from Kate House. I think that's the name. But yeah, they have this concealer in so many different shades. I know a lot of people, they actually contour with this concealer. I definitely want to try that as well. But yeah, it's really great. It gives great coverage. I do set this concealer. I like to set all of my concealers actually, and I am in the shade Pure Beige, which I think is perfect if you're like NC45 and you're looking for more of a highlighted look. I would definitely go with this shade. But yeah, really great concealer that I have definitely been sleeping on. And now I want to talk about these new Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. I think I was most excited to talk to you guys about these because I have been so in love with them. These have been the only highlighters that I have been using. I love both of the palettes so much. So the first one that I started using was this one because I figured that this one would be better for me because it just seemed like it was warm, because I figured one was warm and one was cool, hence the color. So this was the one that I originally gravitated towards because it just has those warmer shades in it. So pretty much I would mix these two together. I didn't really use these two too much, but Bubbly and Dripping and Go, bae, like literally I love these. And what I love about them is they give you a really a natural highlight. It isn't anything that's too over the top. I know everybody loves that highlight on fleek, but I like a highlight on fleek, but I like something that's just gonna make me glow like from the inside out and look really natural. And with these highlighters, that is definitely what you get. They're so beautiful, so creamy. So this is the cooler one. This one's in Gleam, and it looks like this. So pretty much, I just use all of these, you guys. Like, I will mix all four of them together. And actually, I feel like I like these better than the individual ones because they are a little bit more natural looking. Like, they just give you that glow. They don't give you too much, sparkle, too much over the top, but they're so pretty. I just swatched all four of them together so you can see what they look like. So pretty, you guys. I love them. Like, I literally don't think that I could choose between them if I had to. Maybe if you're more warm tone, you might be like me and gravitate towards this one more. This was the one that I just originally started using because I was like, warm, I'm pretty sure I like that one better. But once I started using this one, I was in love. So I just love them both equally. I don't know if they sell them individually, but if they did, that would be really great. But I love them. I love them so much. If you haven't tried them out, I highly recommend that you at least pick up one of them. You will not regret it because it's really great. So my next favorite are my Karity eyeshadows. A lot of you probably heard me talk about these in my first episode of Beauty on a Budget. I have really been enjoying these eyeshadows, and they're only about $5, you guys. I do have a discount code that makes them a little bit cheaper, but I have really been enjoying them. They're really blendable, they're really creamy, and they go on very well, and they're actually comparable to MAC eyeshadows. That's how I found them, because when I started this Beauty on a Budget series, I was searching for different eyeshadows that would be comparable to MAC but be more affordable. So that's how I ran across these Karity eyeshadows, and I'm so in love with them. Now, I know a lot of people say that they don't care too much for the Karity pre-made eyeshadow palettes. I haven't tried those personally. I've only tried the individual ones, and the individual ones I am loving, you guys. So they do have like a whole matte list. You guys aren't gonna be able to see my swatches because I chose a nude color to use. Okay, so here we go. Look at that blue color, you guys. So pigmented. Like, these eyeshadows have really been what I have been going to here lately. Look how pigmented that blue is. That is so gorgeous. And the name of that eyeshadow is Jinx. Really pretty. And then I love this copper color. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is so pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. I love these eyeshadows. And then another one that I've really been gravitating towards over the past month is this shadow right here, and this is called Confidential. And I just love to wear pretty much like a sultry brown smoky eye with this eyeshadow on the lid, and it just looks perfect. It really looks like you put in more time than you really did. But I highly recommend these eyeshadows. I really love them so much. Really blendable, buttery, creamy, all of those great things that you look for in an eyeshadow. And like I said, they're affordable as well. And then when I did my video on the eyeshadows, a lot of you were asking where I got my Z palette from, and it's actually just from the Z palette website, and I think it's a really cute. So yeah, definitely be sure to check out these eyeshadows. They're so great. All right, my little buttercups, so that concludes my January favorites of 2016. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up and leave a a comment below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys. I just want to let you guys know how much I love you, and I just cannot say it enough. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and what I love to do. It literally means the world to me. Like, I could just go on and on about it, but thank you guys. Like, it really does mean a lot to me. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, week, month, life, okay? I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.